Good morning, everybody. Happy June 15th. There you go. Happy Wednesday. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Nomad Aviator stream. I hope you brought your coffee or your favorite drink. And let's... Batman, hey buddy, how are you doing? Oh, you're doing good. Okay, perfect. Good to see you, man. So we're going to do some flights today on the Indian subcontinent. In this AirAsia India. Apparently AirAsia now have an Indian arm. Maybe they've always had, I just didn't know. But we're here at Hyderabad Airport. Pretty nice freeway scenery. Flightsim.to if anybody's interested. The usual hazy smog that hangs around the populated areas of India, sadly. But yeah, we're going to get ready for our departure. First stop today will be Goa. And then beyond that, we will head to Chennai. Can you recommend an area you should fly? Yes, you can, of course. Pakistan. Yes. I've heard. I have heard there's some good flying in Pakistan. I haven't seen any nice scenery in terms of airports. It's not to say they're not there, I just haven't seen them. Are you talking about places like Gilgit, Skardu, and all those kind of places? You're on your SSD, congratulations, man. The whole country of Pakistan, okay. I could do some of that. QNH 1007. You've never seen Windows load that fast. Welcome to the world of SS solid states, my friend. I found my sim loaded really quick this morning as well. Doubt that's got anything to do with World Update 10, but you never know. You never know, you never know, you never know. Cost index was 5, our flight level 340. Will this let me do my wind? Yes, it will. Okay, what have I got now? Oh, maybe I need to do it before I do the wind uplink. Plus 13. Maybe I'm not supposed to do the wind. For some reason, you always get a cost index of 60? Really? Mine varies all the time. All the time. Okay, the departure charts. I want to know. Hang on. Does it? Shouldn't tell me my departure runway in the OFP. Oh, it does. 27 left. Okay. I think there's a reason for that. That's why I was checking that. Yeah. You get a cost index of 80. Well, that's a PMDG. That's the blooming Boeing, man. That just wants to fly and go fast, like Zephyrus fast. Oh, getting a visit from a person. Sorry, just having a little domestic. Magic Turtle, hey, hey. Very good morning to you, sir. How are you doing? Alright, we need to be on Unicom. I'm just waiting for the IRS's, the ideas to align. Evening. Sorry, yes, it is evening with you. I'm aware. I do apologize. Like I said, bring coffee. I'm not quite all with it yet. See how close we are to boarding completed. Get in there. Get in there. Welcome to my AirAsia India airplane. Call sign Red Knight. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool call sign. So we're just going to have a look at our departure charts. We're departing runway 27 left here. So I'm assuming they used this runway as... oh, silly stream. This runway here as a taxiway to get to 27 left. So we'll do that. Departure. We're going on the Boget 5 departure. So transition altitude 7,000 feet. RNAV 1 required. We are able to comply. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to get above 3,000 feet runway heading. And then we're going to make this left turn here to HS321. Below 7,000 feet here, obviously for the arrivals, which we're not going to worry about that constraint. So we'll go open climb and then out to Bogat climbing. So I don't have any issues. 3,600 feet is our sector safe altitude, and then we'll brief the arrival when we get there. What I do need to do is the departure weights once we've done boarding, so almost done boarding. How's your day been, Magic Turtle? What have you been up to? Anything exciting? I know Wednesdays are typically not really exciting, but it's hump day. Hump day. All the way down to the weekend now. Well, that's what I could do. I could start up who? There we go, boarding completed. I watched the jet wake off the aircraft. So 60.2 and 31.7 is to go in the box here. Totally forgot that second number, 31.7. Our block fuel, 6 tons. 6.1 actually. Taking out the trip wind in there. Weird. Unit, hey, morning buddy, how you doing? Afternoon, evening, sorry, flipping heck. Good evening, good late Wednesday evening to my Australian friends. I hope you're doing really well, guys. Alright, let's do some performance calculations. Welcome to the Indian subcontinent. I kind of like flying around here. It's pretty nice. Ooh, why am I? Ooh, interesting. Look at that. Look at that. Optimal flaps too. I don't. That's all right. We'll go with it. I left it as. Hang on. I need to put packs on. I'm not turning the packs off for this. Does that change any of my data? So it's saying my optimum flap config is flap 2. Okay. We'll put it in anyway. 142. 142. There's 145. Yep. Flap 2 down. Batman, Toga's boring, dude. Toga is well and truly boring. 64-degree flex temp. Somebody remind me to do the trim once we've got engine started and everything. Please, because I will forget. You forget, Batman, I'm a purist. I like my... Okay, I need APU bleed on here. APU bleed. We'll turn the external power off. Climb thrust takeoff isn't accurate. That's not an accurate representation of what would happen IRL. So no, sir. I have no idea what this music is, by the way. Just confirm the load sheet from company. Honestly, Batman, I'm surprised you hang around. I never do what you want me to do. I can't allow myself to do such things. You didn't spend some money on the ute. What are you doing? What did you do with the ute? How did that spend money on the ute? Hard to believe how much of the world is in the northern hemisphere, really. We're still 17 degrees north here, right in the south of India. Chewy nuts, morning, buddy. How you doing? What are you doing up so early, boy? It's like... What is it, 7:30 where you are? The best part starts with S. Ah, there you go. Aha. It's very subjective. Very subjective. Oh, you're usually up, okay. Unit needed 4 tires, alignment, mufflers replaced. Jeepers. That ain't cheap. That ain't cheap, dude. I think we're getting pretty close to be ready for pushback, yeah? You were trying out the 146 last night? You bought the 146, did you? Good way to spend 1,000 Aussie dollars. Is a bad way to spend 1,000 Aussie dollars. I hate spending money on my vehicles. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Hate it. Sorry, Chewy. Did you buy it? Did you buy the 146? Where's Dino when I need him to keep me on, keep me up to date? Ah, come on. I need him to keep me on track. Oh, you bought it a while back. Dino needs to keep me on track with my chrono. Alright, let's go. Hyderabad traffic, red night 1983 is pushing back on gate 50 for 27. Hyderabad traffic. You'd rather be pumping the cash into the DeLorean, but the Ute gets me from A to B. Ah, dude. Alright. How far do I gotta go back here? These manual pushbacks are irritating at best. Flipstar! The arrival at the top is wrong. Ah, well, you know why? Flipstar, do you know why? Because FlyLive doesn't recognize VOGO. It recognizes the old ICAO, VAGO. Because when I put VOGO in, it wouldn't do it. So I had to get around it somehow. That was the only way I knew how. Opsai Aviator, hello, good morning. How you doing, buddy? So yeah, unfortunately, that's why I am where I am. The tug driver put me in the dirt. There's a couple of places like that. It seems to have an old database. I don't know. Oh, actually. So for whatever reason, the optimal is flap 2 for departure out of here today. That's what the computer told me. How's Flipstar doing anyway? How's Upside doing? You have an idea for you to do is make your own sub badge. Make my own sub badge so it can be a logo. Yeah. Yeah! Unit, you legend. There we go. Trim set. I need a checklist. So for those of you who haven't met Opsai Aviator, he's a young lad from the UK. He's been here since, wow, probably since I started streaming pretty much. Way back when I was getting 1 view per stream or whatever. Grinding it out. Still grinding it out, but there you go. 5 months, nearly 6 months, dude. Woo! Crazy, dude. Quite busy with life, dude. It's totally understandable. Everybody has their moments. Everybody has their moments. I just love it that you can get in here when you can. I'm just grateful for everybody who gets in here when they can get in here. You know what else I don't do and I should do? Is my flight control checks. Ah, Chewy got the Blanca. I need to figure out how to do, I know my rudders work because I've been steering with them. I do need to figure out how to do some sub badges, emote badges. I'm pretty poor when it comes to that stuff, so clearly Chewy Nuts is not. Hopefully I get my new mic setup coming today. Told me it's out for delivery, so I can get rid of all this carnage that's going on to make things work right now. And then I'll have to sit with a microphone in front of my head. See how that goes. Well, the headset's broken, so there's some kind of wiring or grounding issue that's causing stuff to go through the You don't want a really close picture of my face. Only 16-year-old British/Norwegians do that, wherever that boy is today. That guy, yeah, that guy. That stuff you can get away with at 14. When you're 42, it's a different matter. Aw, dude, my budget does not stretch to ashore. Yeah, it's gonna be on a boom arm though. Alright. Alright, look at that image there and tell me what is wrong with those windsocks. That doesn't seem to ring true or ring right to me. Avari, good morning. Back on the bus, baby. We are bus loving. We are apparently a tornado on the field. Yes, there you go. A very gentle tornado. Yeah. So when things are confusing, you go with the reported, what the weatherman reported. So should come up with a headwind. Hyderabad traffic, red night, 1983, departing runway 27 left, Hyderabad. I haven't seen anything in anything. I haven't seen anything in anything. No. I'll have a look once we're in the cruise, buddy. All right, here we go, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Love the sound of this airplane. Manflex 64 SRS runway. $100 knots. I can't believe I'm flap 2 for this. I don't really know what's going on. But we'll figure that out. It's still a bus. Oh. Oh, unit. Honestly. B1, rotate. Positive rate of climb. Gear up.
Look at me, I'm flying! Oh, no, wait, maybe not.
Yeah. There we go. Sayonara, Hyderabad. I'm gonna go open climb because I don't need to pay any attention to the constraints. Throttle lever climb. And I should have been a left turn already. Crap weather. Well, this is actually just... This is just Indian weather, mate, around Indian cities. So speed check, flaps 1. You'll find when we fly out over India, everywhere, every city has haze or smog or fog or something going on. The colors, though, speed check, flaps up. I think the colors are fantastic in India. I really enjoy them. It's totally different from most other places in the city. It's boiling in the UK right now, 26 degrees. Beautiful. We're supposed to get that here today as well. See that layer of smog? Just sits there. That's a rain shower there though. That one's different on that side. We're going to avoid it very slightly. That's the next thing that Asobo need to figure out is the weather radar. It's still cold in Oz? Wow. Transition set standard. So both Magic Turtle and Loose Unit are in Australia. Sydney and somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Victoria, I think, is Unit. Don't know why the Metar is not working. You have an 80 question. Let's say you're in a piston single, IFR 800 feet above ground level. 800 foot ceilings. I hate your face, buddy. I hate your face, and it's already been all over my stream this morning. Dino, hey, dude. Aw, oh, dude. They all beat you to it. They all beat you to it. You're enjoying your job again, that's great. Ah! Come on! Come on! Dino, where were you? I said it on pushback I needed you in here. I said it on pushback and people will back me up in here. That's not cool. That's not cool. Avari, to your question, it would be difficult to get you down, but we could, you know, you would have to get, arguably, unless we were getting accurate readouts, and you probably wouldn't know that if you were IFR. It'd be difficult to give you a proper positioning. Go back and start again. I know, man. I'm so annoyed. I'm so not used to it. I did this guy. I did this guy. On pushback 14 minutes ago. I did that, but I didn't hit it on takeoff. And the reason is Dino wasn't here, and that's who I'm putting all this blame for. You doing Scandinavian later? Awesome. I know, Unit did his job. Dino let me down. As long as, I mean, Avari, as long as ATC can get some sort of transponder information off you, you can be identified and we can pretty much get you home. See, someone else did this in chat last night and I got rickrolled. So... Damn it! Ah, Sephiroth! Sephiroth! Dino! Dino with the gift sub, thanks man. Holy. Jeez Louise, is that loud in my ear? Okay. I'm gonna check that out later, Upside. Thank you, buddy. I've got it pulled up on one of my tabs. I'm getting told by my mods I need to create some emote badges. It would have been 2, but you heard... Oh, come on! You know I love you, really. Damn! Tough crowd. Alright. I forgot this is not a very long flight, so we're doing shuttles. You'd recommend a chrono emote. We should do that. If I could figure that stuff out. I'm so bad at this stuff, guys, honestly. Admittedly, I don't ever spend the time to sit down and try and figure it out. Yeah, like Jamie. Like London Controller. Upside, I don't have the. It's not that I don't try and figure it out. I don't have the time. Like, if I'm not streaming, I'm super busy doing everything else in the world. So, that's my problem. Is I just don't have the time. I've got a funny feeling that my flight plan might be screwed up here. Oh no, we're good. Okay, so we're a little bit of altitude on the arrival here. We're landing runway 27. Sorry, runway 26 in Goa, which is the holiday destination in India, if you don't know. I've never been, but I heard it's good. Holy! Holy with the raid. Nathan, good morning, buddy. How you doing? Good morning. Thanks so much for the raid, man. Guys, if you don't know Nathan, he's a long time. Okay, sorry, that's super loud in my ear. Again, I should figure out how to turn that down as well. Long time follower of the channel. Really nice guy from the northwest of England. Not a lot he can do about that. I'm from the northwest of England as well. He probably lives less than 20 kilometers from my parents. Which is about 3,000 kilometers closer than I am. You needed to poo, so you thought you would raid. Fair enough, man. Dump and run. Or run and... No. Do the other way around. Do the other way around. Otherwise we got problems. Thanks for the raid, man. Yeah, please go check out TMH Nathan. Lovely chap. Does flight sim as well from the Xbox. Is pretty willing to do about anything. You watching me? Oh. That's awkward. Did not need to know that. Tracker's at work? Dude, tracker. A hype train is so close. Is a hype train close, really? See, there's another thing I need to Google. Hype trains. I know it's all done by you guys in the chat, but I don't know how that works. It's all to do with gifts and subs and bits and bobs and... Yes, Dino, there you go, matey. Yeah, he's a good guy. Don't be being on your phone at work. It's one surefire way of getting fired. But look at this scenery, man. This is like, you don't get this in any other part of the city. It's just a totally different color. I've never been to Goa, so just saying, it's going to be fun. Anyway, so we're going to come in from Belagavi up here, BBM. And then we're going to fly down these waypoints here. And as I did yesterday, or the other day, I'm going to write down the stuff. Tracker Cheer 95, thank you for the bits, Tracker, or whatever that is. Thank you, dude. Much grateful, much grateful. Right, 120. Tacit is between 8 and 7. Next is 55. So I'm just checking these altitude constraints. We're going to check them on the McDo. Oh, shoot. I hate mechanical pencils. 55, 55, and 45. Above 4. Above 3.5. So I'm working my way down here. You gotta verify this stuff, man. And then Talex is 180. 28, 27. What's the cruise altitude? Chino, good morning to you, buddy. How you doing? It's like 20 kronas for £2. Oh, dude. You really don't have to do that. You really don't have to do that. Cruise altitude 340. Which we're going to be at for about that long. Top of climb is here. Top of descent is here. I'm doing well. Ashley, hey buddy, how you doing? Great to see you, man. Where are you flying today? You're always flying somewhere interesting. At the end of the month, you're getting a stream deck? Alright. I definitely do not have a stream deck. I'm getting a new microphone today, though. So that should hopefully make the stream quality sound a little bit better. Because right now it sounds rubbish, I'm aware. And I don't have a voice for radio. Yeah, Stream Deck's fancy, man. Fancy, fancy. Good for you, though. Okay, ILS runway 26. ILS runway 26. Okay, frequency 110.3. 261 inbound. Decision height is 561 on the barrow. Missed approach, climb straight ahead 2,000 feet and then left turn to join the NDB overhead. You need to speak to your boss, he ain't picking up. Uh-oh. Easy enough. The METAR thing isn't working, is it? I just noticed that. Oh, it is. Okay, it's working again. It didn't work earlier. (1005). Temperature is 29. Almost as cold as England. 260 at 8. And 574 is my barrow decision height. You don't know if you want to fly today as you've done so much as late, including a 10-hour 54. Wow! That is impressive. Tracker, if you need to speak to your boss and he's not picking up, ain't nothing you can do. That's his problem, not yours. Ah, these cables. Ah, just take your time then, man. So for those interested, here's the route of flight for today. Currently over, it's pretty much central India. I tried to look for ATC, but there was really nothing on earlier on. There's a little bit on now. Over the Middle East, but there's still nothing in Europe, definitely nothing in the States. Although, actually, LAX is on. Oh, Ben's on this morning. There you go. Still about 7 hours something from your longest flight. Yeah, I've done some decent ones as well, but I haven't done long haul for a while. No school till Monday. Hang on, it's Wednesday. How did that happen? How does that happen? Do we use TSO headsets in ATC? Honestly, I don't know it. I assume so, but we are given headsets. We can't bring our own. So they are company issued. You made my day when I saw you on Amplify stream. You gotta go give back the love, man. You gotta go give back the love. He raided me, dude. That 100% deserves a follow and deserves spending some time in the streams. What I do struggle with... Widums? Widums? Widums. I'm going to say Widums. Correct me if I'm wrong. G'day from Oz. Good evening to you. You're in good company. There's quite a few people in from Australia this evening. I'm sorry that it's so cold. The one thing I do struggle with is that I follow so many people now that it's hard to get in everybody's stream, and I can end up with like 6 or 7 streams open. Amplify is pretty good because there's only usually him streaming when I get up first thing in the morning. You need to find something to do? Come on. No, just... Dude. If you haven't been given a task, just learn how to... Take some time for yourself on the clock. You feeling like crap with the flu? Oh, dude, I'm sorry, man. Well, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. We got Dino here from Brizzy. We got I'm in Canada, so completely other side of the world. Dino from Brizzy. We got Magic Turtles in here. You might know some of these guys. I don't know. Just because you're in Australia does not mean that you know all these guys. I get that. Units in here somewhere from the back of Beyond in Victoria. All complaining that it's cold. If you lose your job, it's my fault. I only gave you advice. You don't need to take it. Take the 340 out. Speaking of meant to be getting a new update. Oh, nice. Very nice. Alright, what's the altitude I need to go down to here? 2400. I'm hoping this doesn't take me over the... No, it's a straight end. Touch wood, you haven't got the big 19, you'll be right. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you all hang out. Aha. Yeah. See? It's not that big a place after all, is it? Is anyone at all excited by the USA update? Not really. You need to drop a 2. You as well? Someone came in here the other day, right? Someone came in here the other day. It was so funny. I don't think they followed the channel. They came in and like, oh, I need to just hang out. It was actually another Dino. And just started chatting in the chat. It was so funny, man. He's just like, yeah, just hanging out here, just waiting for my wife to hang a steak and then we can go to lunch. I'm like, what the heck's hanging a snake? Basically, taking a 2. The weirdest 5-minute chat I've ever had. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there was another Dino. Dino from Connecticut came in and was talking about his other half taking a sweet ass time doing a number 2, snapping a lot. I'd never heard of hanging a snake. It made me laugh. I laughed so hard when I figured out what it was because I didn't know what that was. Snapping a log, love it. I had a look at the world update, so they've not done any of the airports that interest me. It's a lot of VFR points of interest if you're happening. Like, oh jeez, and we've entered this realm already. I'm not at all worried. Not at all worried. Where are we? We are in. Well, funnily enough, we're in India. So, you know, India synonymous with number 2s and deli bellies and runny tummies. We're halfway to Goa. How did I open a can of worms? Well, I guess I kind of encouraged it. Blummin' Tracker was talking about... Well, actually, Nathan came in and said he was raiding because he needed a dump. Tracker's now needing a number 2 at work and he can't go because he's... I don't know why he can't go, but he can't go. So, sorry, Williams. Yeah, we're on our way to Goa on the west coast of India. Never been there? Just thought we'd do some subcontinent shuttles today. We're going to turn around and go to Chennai next, I think, on the other coast. Oh, that's the plan. We'll see how the day elapses. I'm supposed to be racing Formula 1 with my mate.
Let's go!
Why is that so loud? See, so what's happened is my headset broke. So the only thing that works is the mic. If I have the headphones on, you get bleed from the mic and echo and crap. So I have in-ears, which are very good quality, but my goodness are they loud. That scared the crap out of me. So can you imagine me doing Phasmophobia? Really? Didn't realize they used meters. Meters for what? Unit's just running with it. There's a pun there. There's a pun there. We'll not go. The Captain Khan, hello! Hey dude, how you doing? We're saying all things about having a number 2.
Bank angle, bank angle, bank
okay.
angle.
I think I'm really jumpy this morning. This is not good. It's not good for my anxiety. You've heard, Chewie's heard of taking the Browns to the Super Bowl? I've never heard that one either. I get rid of this company message. I'm not interested in sending a delay message. Today, thank you very much. Yeah, you read the L2 wrong. No. I can turn meters on, but we don't need them. If I could get to my button. You're so sorry for not popping by. That's alright, dude. I'm happy to have you. Ah, you clipped it. Dang it, bro. I literally jumped out of my skin. You finally back on the sim on Sunday? Beautiful. I do love the colors of India. Very, very different to what you experience elsewhere in the sim. So yeah, I am looking forward. I'm not happy that I had to spend my money on it, but I'm looking forward to Looking forward to getting my new mic set up and everything, so I can get rid of the wires. Don't know how I'm gonna get the boom arm to work and stuff, but anyway. Captain Khan, you're going to Heathrow, Corfu, Bilbao, and then back to Heathrow. It's a nice day out. I like that. William's typical pilot of you. Well, you and me both, mate. I'm ATC in real life. I wonder sometimes why they give me a license. Keep watching the stream and you'll ask the same question. What do you fly? Is that your job? Is that just a private pilot's license? Is that just something you do for fun? Captain Khan, it's nice to know you're still alive, dude. It is very nice to know you're still alive. Very happy when you jump in on here. So we've been pushed back 35 minutes and we're already dropping down into Goa. I'll need to find the flight number to go the other way. GA currently working on commercial. Good for you. Oh, I got a visitor. Hold on a second. Ugh, adulting. GA, currently you're working on a commercial. That's a long road, man. Credit where credit is due. Is that the plan for work down the line then, I guess? If you're going for a commercial? ATC does take a little bit of patience. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I do it on VATSIM as well for my sins. Supposed to be playing Formula 1 later on with my mate. I'm wondering whether to stream that or not. It doesn't tend to come through on the stream very well because of how quick the game. I don't know how guys do it when they're streaming fast-moving games like that because it gets all very bitty. Yeah, dude. I was. If you go back and look at the. I controlled last night. It was pretty boring. It was pretty quiet traffic-wise. I controlled Sunday. But yeah. Do you have a specific goal in mind for the commercial? Are you looking to fly airliners? Are you looking to fly freight? What are you doing? I don't know. I don't know what the job market's like in Australia, but I think coming out of this side of the pandemic, we will the recovery will be very real. We in ATC are crippled with staff shortages, so I think the airlines are very much so as well as they ramp back up operations. So yeah, if anybody in chat wants to jump on VATSIM in Goa and fly along to Chennai, you're more than welcome to do so. Goal is working for medevac. Okay. Flying doctors, that kind of thing. You like GA. This must be really boring for you then. I'm not a huge GA fan. Funnily enough, I get bored flying GA. Maybe that'd be different. Maybe that'd be different if I was in Flight Sim 2020. I don't know. Yeah, I'm definitely an airliner kind of guy. I love my buses. Everybody knows I love my buses. Have you noticed how the 300, 310 look different to any other Airbus? They're not pretty. I don't like them. I don't like the old school Airbuses. When I emigrated to Canada with the family, we flew on an old A310. Never again. No, man, it's not cool. Like, it was 2017. The 310. I should not be flying on a 310 transatlantic in 2017. No. I have no love for that airplane. You're talking about this bulge, right? This whole section here. I think we'll change the music up for the next flight. Who wants what? We got a lot of Aussies in here, although the Aussies are gonna go to bed soon. Unfortunately. Don't leave me! Should we go back to the synthwave? What do we think? You love flying the 300, so spacious and comfortable. Alright. Yes, bed will be soon. You got some legs in you yet, man. Come on, hold on for me. Oh, we might have to change aircraft in Goa. Ooh. Alrighty, coming up 10,000 feet, let's go seatbelts and lights. at the richness of the color, man. Beautiful. Beautiful. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh. That didn't worry me at all after World Update 10. Do you not like pregnant poses in the simulator? No, sir. Not remotely happy about that. Okay, Tacit, start of the star. Start of the start of the star. I'm going to stick the terrain on the nav display just because there's wee lumpy bits below us here. They do seem to drop away fairly quickly though, so I'm not too worried about that.
Hello there.
DeLorean 2399, wow, thank you for the follow. Hello there, how are you doing? Lovely to see you in here. If I could spell it, I would give you a shout out. Hopefully that does the right thing. Doing really well, thank you so much. Guys, if you don't follow DeLorean2399, do go and check him out on Twitch. He's a fantastic streamer. And I've enjoyed several of his streams. Flight Sim. I can't remember if you do other things, but I know you're definitely a flight simmer.
I can't believe this.
Holy moly, with the Prime sub as well, dude. Are you serious? Straight out of the gate? Flattery works on you. Okay, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. I'm all out. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for joining. Thank you. Welcome to the Nomad Aviator stream. We're just on our descent now into Goa, India. Yeah, hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Either it's ending well or it's starting well. But I really appreciate the follow, man. I'm pretty sure I've raided you in the past. Some guys on my stream have led me in your direction, so we came and enjoyed some fine streaming content. Anyway, there we go. We're passing the transition altitude, and I can't remember. You believe so? There you go. Zephyr's predicting 59. Zephyr's, you sir, with the very generous predictions. I don't think I've ever hit a 50. Oh no, actually, on the milk run the other day, I hit the 50. 53, I think I got. Altimeter QNH1005. Let's go set that up. Oh wow! I really appreciate the follow and the sub from a very successful streamer. That's I don't know how much you've watched of the streams ever, but high praise indeed. So, there's beautiful Indian scenery though. I do like flying in India. Do you know if there's no traffic, can you cancel the star and direct the aircraft to the ILS? I could do. I'd absolutely have to consult the charts to make sure that I'm not... Because the thing is, with a star, it is there to separate you from terrain and departing aircraft who are flying the SID. DeLorean predicts 69. You're also a simple man. You see a plane, you follow. I like it. We also do ATC on VATSIM. If that is of any interest, I know it's a very niche thing. I've had a good run on landings recently. I have. You know what? I've figured out how to fly the Fenix a little better. What I'm doing now is I'm setting myself up for an epic fail when we get down on the ground here. But anyway, que sera. But no, I figured out that at 20 feet, once you idle and you get it into the flare, just hold it. Just hold that attitude. The second that you try and overflare it, you're going to thump the mains into the ground. Controllers make the whole thing work. They do. They do. What really bugs me is... And it's funny, because the only reason I do it is to help people get used to VATSIM. There's a lot of people on my Discord and in my chat that are new to VATSIM, don't want to go on VATSIM because they're intimidated by scary controllers. And so I hadn't controlled since 2011. I went back on recently just to give them a safe place to come and learn. So that was the main reason. I do enjoy it. I do it in real life, so it's a little bit like a, as we would call it in the UK, a busman's holiday. But so it's fairly straightforward for me to do the controlling, and then it gives me a bit more capacity to help people out. That's the concept anyway. Personally, because I do the controlling IRL, I love to fly. Nomad's airspace is very noob friendly. Yeah. There you go. Alright, the airport's out. It's not a very big airport, so it's out there somewhere. I think it's over here. I think it's just over here. Okay, I am going to activate the approach phase. A little cloudy and go this morning. Alright, let's on the approach. Autopilot 1, Autopilot 2. Loke Star, Cat 3 Dual. Alt GS Blue. Alright, time to make a fool of myself on the approach. This is probably my favorite view of the camera view someone set up here for the Phoenix. Like a little GoPro YouTube video-esque. Go with traffic. Red Knight 1983 is 7.5 mile final for runway 26. Go with traffic. Alright, let's go flaps 1. Glide slope glide slope star. And I'm going to go gear down. 2,400 feet. Flaps 2. Don't have the airport in sight yet. Dino, time to move to another aircraft. I like my bus. I love my bus. I may, this might shock people, I may get the 737-800 when it comes out. Maybe. Don't know. Don't know yet. Flaps 3. And let's go flaps full, coming up to 1,500 feet AGL. Pretty sure that's the airport there. Yeah, I could just make out the runway. Okay, autopilot's coming out. There's still time. There's still time, yeah. Yeah, Dino, as long as I stayed above the minimum safe altitude, which is 3,600 feet, I could cancel the star and go direct to the fix. This was pretty much a straight in anyway, so
500.
wasn't too much of a big deal.
100 above. Minimum.
Landing. Oh, it's a little heavy. Not too bad, I'll take it. I'll take it. Sorry, Zephyrus, I let you down there, man. Manual braking. We're gonna make it off here. Yep. We'll take it for now. Yeah, that was okay. Having been told by a real 320 pilot that anything... I can't remember what he said. Anything less than 350 feet a minute is a win. I'm pretty sure he was just trying to make me feel better about myself, but... That's all good. That's all good. Alright, let's start up old Apu. So we'll turn this jalopy around and we'll head off to the other coast of India. We'll go to... we'll head out to Chennai. Good old... Alright, anybody know how to get rid of the left side stick calibrate null zones fault on the Phoenix? Off the top of their heads? Keeps coming up every now and again. Did Orca say low flight feet per minute was a bad goal because sometimes forces you out of the touchdown? Yeah. You shouldn't float a landing past the touchdown zone just to grease it. That's how first-hand information, that's how Emirates crashed their 777 in Dubai just before I left the Middle East. Well, that was part of what happened. Part of a long story, but yeah. They did what it calls a long landing. Not your smoothest. Ooh, unit. Man alive, tough crowd. It's definitely not my worst either. Well, there's the ground crew down at the far end. We'll go down to them. This seems like a weird terminal for such a small airport. I've never seen Goa Airport in real life, so I can't comment. You just used to see me grease 70s. I know. Well, I talked a good game. You see, I talked it up, and I let myself down. Pride comes before the fall, as they say, right? Okay, here is man with bats. Hello, man with bats. You've lost one. Where'd the other bat go? Thank you, sir. I shall call you... I don't know. Sanjeev. You look like the guy that was at the other airport in the other continent. They all look the same. That's terrible. Alright. Beacon off, seatbelts off, taxiway lights should have been off. We're going to deboard. Deboard. Hopefully that means the jetway will come to the airplane. And yes, it does. Thank you so much. Tracky got a -1. Dude, I got a +40 in Juno the other day. +40 or +41. I have no idea how you do that, but it did that. What do you have here? I don't know. What are my stick dead zones? You love how 154 is letting yourself down. I know, man. Autoland doesn't do that. Let's have a look. Sticks dead zones. Tell you right now, my ears hurt with these in-ears. Logitech, sensitivities. So I have 9%, 4%, 24% on the twist. But I have little dead zones in there. I mean, look at that. That's how much play I've got on it now. So like it's, I don't know if, but I couldn't fly it. I couldn't fly it when I had the higher dead zones. It was a lot harder to flare and muck around. Increase the dead zone. Yeah, maybe. I'll have to have a look at that. Receive messages. Arrival message. We arrived. Oh, see, and I didn't stop the chrono. I didn't stop the elapse time. So 1 hour, 1 minute. About an hour. Gate to gate. As always, though, we need to check Volanta to validate the landing rate. Volanta's not good either. We'll ignore that and move on. So we are going to be Chennai bound now. Let's set the aircraft up.
Let's go.
Jeepers! Holy cow! Why is it so loud in my headphones? Good morning, Flyer. How are you doing, buddy? How are you? How are you? How are you? Alright, I don't know how long this flight is. It's going to be slightly longer than the previous, but not too bad. We'll go to VECC. If anybody wants to join me on VATSIM, please feel free to do so. I am on here on my own. Is it really that long? Alrighty, we gotta get this jalopy turned around then because of my timing. You guess that's a good jump scare? Yeah. You're well dragging your rear end out of bed. Fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, sim flight. Sim brief. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Batman's back. It's almost porridge time as well. There's another emote that we need to do. Custom, 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 custom. Alright. Send this to the simulator. Speeding in the rain again on Eurotruck. You do like to do that. Alright, so oh no. No, no. That's why. I'm totally wrong. I'm going the wrong place. I'm glad I checked. That could have been embarrassing. So what's Chennai's IKO? Why is that not coming up? That could have been a big flight planning boo-boo. VOMM. Numbnuts. Let's do that again. Alright guys. I almost had the airplane going to Calcutta there for a second. That's a bit more like it. Batman, you're a loony. That's a bit of a detour. You're not kidding, it's a bit of a detour. My bad, bro. Alright, I'm not too worried about the flight time now. I need to send the flight plan again now. I'm glad I checked. There we go. I'll give you a good idea of where we're going now. There we go. Route has been verified. Alright, we'll load the aircraft. It'll take 9 minutes to load the aircraft. Divert to Paro. So tempting to become a night owl. Why? Do you know why? Why do you want to be a night owl? Alright, IAD 1982. Let's go and have a look at the old OFP. It's peaceful at night. Well, there is that. Yeah. I'm like a 10 AM to 10 PM kind of guy. That's my operating window. Oh, that's my most efficient operating window. 310, we're going to cruise low. Average wind component is a negative 15. That sucks. Alright, we're going to take off on runway 26. And a Balco. And BBM transition. Pretty much going back out the way we came in. DeLorean, I typically fly sometimes where the stream want me to go, sometimes where I kind of fancy going. I used to have a mantra and sort of an OCD about going point to point, and so taking off from where I last arrived. So I would always do that. I'd run a poll and see where the stream wanted to go from there. But then people were saying, oh, we should get some more ATC, we should do some more interesting flights. So I'm like, okay, fine. I get it, you know. Let's just say that chat is always right, you know. So I went and chased some ATC. It's hard to find ATC this time of day. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. Europe's pretty quiet still mid-afternoon. South America is dead. So I try and find some interesting places to go, places I haven't been before. So yeah, the other day I flew. I don't know if you know Arch NDA, but he was in LAX Tower. He's another streamer. I went visited him. We flew up the Baja Peninsula, did that flight. So just anything that interests me. I used to have an MO of what I would always do, but I'm getting used to the change. So yeah, I like to chase ATC. It's nice to get ATC, but not always possible this time of day. Chennai. But I like flying in different parts of the world. There's a lot of the world that doesn't get any attention. India, I think, is quite a big one. And the scenery is beautiful. The colors are very different to anything else you get anywhere else on the sim. Why did I just do checkout bomb? Brain, engage brain. Let's see what they're doing IRL. Oh, hello there. Alright, they're landing runway 07 IRL, so we will do the same. No, I did not see the new Obi-Wan yet. Is it recommended? Oh, come on, where's my flight plan? You recommend? I know Chewy Nuts in the stream. He's been having some watch parties with the new Obi-Wan, so I will have to go check it out. No, Ashley, thank you. That will change very quickly. Boop. There you go. More accurate. I shall have to go check it out. Is it on, I assume it's on Disney, is it? Disney Plus or something like that? Alright, we're still boarding. Gangster Style, hey buddy, how you doing? Welcome to Goa in India. You just woke up. Ashley, do VOGO. So, for some reason, Fly Live only recognizes the old ICAO. The actual ICAO is VOGO, so that's the route. Are you flying along or what? On VATSIM? Of course. Anybody else coming for a ride? Thai Airways 340. Ooh, fancy. All right. Well, we're gonna wait for Ashley to arrive on the gate. This poor guy's been holding his hands up this whole time. credit where credit's due. That's hard work. Fly live. Fly live studio. Gangster Style is going to do LEML to Brussels. Where's LEML? Malaga? No, that's LEMG, isn't it? I don't know what ML is. I think I know. I controlled in Europe for long enough. Alrighty, while we wait for Malaga. Okay, cool. Malaga LEMG. Lima Echo Michael. While we wait for Ashley to arrive, I'm going to quickly step away, freshen up my cup of coffee. I suggest we all do the same. And then we can reconvene for our departure out of Goa. I don't know why that didn't allow that, so I apologize. But yeah, we're going to quickly... I might even put my porridge on for the morning. Maybe even do that. I can't update FlyLive with the Navigraph updater. Can you do that? I don't think so. I don't know how you update it. If you can. I know there was some other ones that didn't know either. That I've flown into. But anyway. Enjoy the turnaround. And we will be back very shortly. I hope you stick around for the departure. Okay, see you in a mo. Alrighty, I'm back without oats, without my porridge. I decided to go for a full coffee top up, which is obviously an appetite suppressor, so it's all good. Oh man, Dino's gone to bed. Dino, good night, dude. Really appreciate you hanging out. No oats. I know, not today. The problem is I got to set it up, and then by the time I set up the flight. Okay, so actually showing in an A380. That's not cool. Anyway, so be it. By the time I set everything up, I got to go back and get the oats, and then I got to leave the stream again, and that's not cool. That's not cool. All right, 60.7, 31.2 for my 60.7, 31.2. You're definitely not a 380. 6.9 tons of fuel. You managed to park the trailer, then your game crashed. Dude, you got problems with that game. I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's have a look at the departure performance. I don't have runway information. I don't get it. Does this got the wrong? Yeah, see, even the Phoenix, has the wrong code. Go figure that out. I don't understand how that works. My AIG model matching clearly does not have a Thai A340 in it. I don't think Thai already has the A340 anymore. Okay, 151, 51, 153, 1 down, 0.2. 151, 151, 153. 1 down, 0.2, and it was a 58-degree flex temp. Love my flex temps. My model matching for some reason does not have it in there. Press my data button for a second. Data. Yeah, dude, we're pretty heavy. Is that what you want to see? Yeah, it's up to date, man. Interesting, though. Actually, how far are you from being ready to go? We are literally backtracking what we had on approach. So, right turn out over the water, Balco, and then heading up over the terrain to Belagavi. Simples. Simple, simple, simple. Company message. Should be easier way to get to the company message than this, but there's not. Accept the load sheet. I think I've done everything. I think. Don't know why the speed brake's there, but it is. Alright, boarding's completed. So what we can go ahead and do, I still have the APU running, so we can disconnect ground power unit. Shocks and cones, connect the tuck. I do have the Navigraph data manager installed, yeah. That's what I use. Yeah, the database is up to date. Actually, it's changed color in his 340 over there. It's weird. Okay, Senor Ashley, how long before you're ready, buddy? Yeah, so I have both because I need the Navigraph data manager for Phoenix. So I have the Phoenix one and I have the other one for FS. Do you ever do flights with shared cockpit? I've never tried it. I know there's the yaw controls thing, but I've only ever heard of people having problems. So I'm reluctant to try it. I'm also kind of, because I stream, I'm not a very established streamer, obviously. I think we've all kind of figured that out by now. But I stream, all my stream software and the flight sim and everything all runs off the same PC. I know a lot of people use 2 computers to do it. And when I purchased my computer with the intention of flight sim in mind, I didn't plan on streaming, so I didn't plan on all the other stuff that's taking up all the computer resources. So I can't afford to do much to the computer that affects frame rates. That's my problem.
Go traffic at Chai 8446 on at stand B, Samples back to State Station East, go traffic.
There we go, that's Ashley. Go traffic, it's Red Knight 1982 pushing back stand 1 for runway 26, go traffic. Alrighty, we can start the elapsed time again. Don't let me forget to do the chrono, or the trim, or anything else for that matter. Alright, flight number 2 of the day. I do like doing multi-sector days. They're good fun. A bit more interesting for the stream as well, right? You get more takeoffs and landings, more time to see what we're doing. Like I said, any questions, please feel free to ask. Always here to help. Love to help where I can. Doesn't mean I know all the answers, I definitely do not. Oh crap. I miss the pushback toolbar. I really do. You're gonna prepare your flight? Fantastic. Often for me, that's some of the best part of the flight, is preparing it. I love the anticipation of takeoff. I guess I'm just like a kid with airplanes. I'm just like, oh, can't wait. I don't even need to go on holiday anyway, just take me on an airplane. And then take me back again. Alright. 2 good engine starts. The tug is disconnected. Trim, I remembered. Hallelujah. Down 0.1. Download, hey dude! How you doing, buddy? Alright, trim is set. Takeoff config. Let's do a takeoff config check. We're good. You joined us just on pushback for Chennai, or Madras as it used to be called. That's Ashley pushing behind us. Unfortunately, my model matching AIG does not have a Thai A340, which is most disappointing, because I thought it would. Got some time to kill before the landlord shows house to someone, which is weird because you're still in it. DeLorean, what are you loading? Are you gonna fly with us? Sorry, is that what we're doing here? Is that your... Is that the plan? 320 Neos always takes a long time to load when you get a fly-by-wire update. You'll be joining. No, man, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. All right, parking brake set. We are absolutely gonna wait. All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shut down engine 2. Yeah, man. We'll wait. Absolutely. No. I won't hear of it. I got nothing but time, buddy. I'm gonna try a single engine taxi and then a cross-breed start as well. Because, you know, why not? So, route. DeLorean, that's the route we're taking. We're going to depart off runway 26. Depart runway 26, land 07.
Traffic Thai 1963 E46 will be taxed into runway 26, November 1 for 268 Alpha Go traffic.
Don't forget the chrono, I know. Ashley, we're gonna wait for DeLorean if you're happy. Okay, so download. Here's the problem. Some things recognize it as VAGO because that's what it used to be, but SimBrief it's VOGO. Maybe I do have time to go make porridge. Ah, got that null zone calibration again. Interesting. It really doesn't like working. Oh, it's because I don't have my other engine running, that's why. Ashley, are you waiting? Are you waiting for us? Just VATSIM. Your airports don't match with the charts. Oh, weird. Yeah, you're a long way down there. There's a little bit of runway you might want to use down there. Are you okay to...
Due to airport chart mix maps, we're going to be back taxing when we 26 turn and back and take off air go traffic.
Ashley, are you happy to wait a little bit for DeLorean to join us? He's coming on just now. We're gonna have more coming. I need to check that chart. I'm not even sure I can get on the runway there. I might have to do a backtrack. Oh no, it seems to work. It seems to be okay. That fly-by-wire load time is great. I don't know if you probably do have the Phoenix DeLorean. I don't know if you do or you don't, but the Phoenix loads up like super quick. Certainly in comparison to the fly-by-wire. Nothing against fly-by-wire. I think it's fantastic, but you should have taken the Phoenix. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I just look at the runway undulation. This is one of the new things I love in Flight Sim 2020 compared to P3D, Flight Sim before that. I've never used X-Plane, and I know this is in X-Plane, but it was never in any of the Flight Sims I ever flew. Is the airport elevation, which is... Whoa! Holy moly, a gifted sub. Thanks, man. Wow, did not have to do that. Okay, I need to learn to stop playing that hype noise because it's super loud in my ear. Yowza. There was someone selling a cockpit setup near you for $1,500. Yeah, I want it too. Dude, if I could get... So I live around the corner from... Not around the corner, about an hour away from Flight Deck Solutions headquarters, if you know Flight Deck Solutions. Up in Newmarket, Ontario. I remember talking to them when I was in the Middle East. And I wanted... Jeez. I wanted to do a full setup. I was willing to throw out like 60, 70 grand on that thing. The World Tour guys are selling theirs? Really? Are they not doing that again? The World Flight guys. Qantas 25. Can't remember their names. I want to say Steve. Probably wrong. Probably very wrong. Thanks for the gifted sub. Wow, it's amazing. Check very quickly. Almost at a... What's my goal? I can't even see my goal. My goal 25? Ooh, we're almost at the June goal. Alright, Ashley's going. Ashley, you're kind of flying ahead of me here. I'm just waiting for... I'm waiting for DeLorean. But anyway, you go. It'll look pretty. Let's go. I wish you were a Thai 340. I wish AIG modeled that. Maybe they do, and I just need to re-download the mega GitHub file. There goes Ashley. Actually,
I can't believe this.
I wish that was a fly-by-wire 380. That'd be amazing. Oh, rotate. There he goes. We'll see you in Chennai, buddy. That's a swift climb for 340. You're Grumpy Gordo, tier 1 sub, dude. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Oh, dude, I'm so hyped for the 380 as well. So hyped for the 380. Ah. Looks like DeLorean's taking Air Canada. Interesting. Alright, I'm going to restart engine 2. I need to do a cross bleed. because I've turned my APU off. So what I actually need, crossbleed open. Come on, brain. Come on, brain. It's in here somewhere. Crossbleed open. Crossbleed open. And then typically you need a little bit of power on 2. He has a dope Star Wars theme. Funnily enough, he was talking to me about Obi-Wan earlier. I know you were watching it. So I put a little bit of power on engine 1, which provides some more bleed air to engine 2 in lieu of not having an APU running. That's how you do a cross-bleed start. That's why when aircraft do a cross-bleed start, they don't want anybody behind the aircraft because they have to apply a little bit more than idle power. So as we can see, the engine is spooling up quite nicely. And there we go. Can idle engine 1 again. Oh, today's episode is really good. I haven't watched any of it. I got into The Mandalorian a little bit, but I just don't have time. Literally, I'm either streaming or blimmin' pretending at being a grown-up. And that ain't fun. I don't remember the last time I really watched any TV. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. How's Grumpy Gordo this morning? Go traffic, Red Knight 1982 is taxiing hold point runway 26 November 1.
Go traffic, Air Canada 323 pushing, sorry.
Good lord. That was quick. I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Got a couple of people joining me on this trip, on this flight over to Chennai on the other coast. We're in Goa right now. We just landed in Goa about 30 minutes ago, so we're just turning this puppy around. We got the one and only. The fly-by-wire is very quick to start, yeah, absolutely. But the one and only DeLorean 2399 joining us today for the flight, which is, I'm very honored. Firebird, hey! Is a tower tour at YYZ an option? Possibly? Possibly? We definitely do have that kind of stuff. We used to have family days. We would bring friends and family and we'd do tours of the tower. It's definitely an option because we're landside. So I don't have to worry about the airport authority. The tricky bit is the current restrictions around COVID and the like, which are hopefully going away, and after that maybe something will happen. But right now we're not. We don't do visitors. But yeah, that could very well change. Oh man, I almost thought I'd forgotten the chrono again. Not quite. So you can see here, this is a ILS line. Basically, if anybody's on approach. Oh, you're welcome, man. Welcome into the channel. I can't remember the last time you were here, but I appreciate you being here. I do recognize the name. So that's the ILS line. So if anybody's on approach and they need the ILS for the approach or the glide path, you can't be in this area because it obviously interferes with the signal. That being the glide path antenna there. Basically. Chrono. Dude, we need... That's the thing. You've been here once before. Your student pilot at Oshawa. Very cool. Yes, I remember now. Yes, 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 yes. So I need to figure out an emote for the chrono because I keep forgetting to do it. Trim. What else? Sometimes I forget to fire at the Apu, so I need an Apu one. Although Conti's got a great Apu one, so I could just, when I'm sub to him, I can do that. But yeah, Firebird, stick around the channel and I'll keep asking me. I'll let you know if things change at work. Holy moly, where's DeLorean going? Ooh, we have different sceneries. I don't know where you're going. Alright. There's probably very different sceneries. Oh, the null zone thing is back again. I'm saving up. I'm saving my pennies. I'm saving my pennies for the TCA quadrant. The default scenery is not great. Ah, damn it. Yeah, that's freeware. The one I've got is freeware. Go with traffic. It's Red Knight 1982 departing runway 26. Go with traffic. You're on the grass. Oh boy. Let's pretend that doesn't happen. I gotta get rid of that fault. Alright, are we ready? Let's go! Rolling. Rolling, rolling. Wait for the noise. Manflex 58 SRS runway. Oh, the noise. $100 knots. This is so nice. Here comes that hill I looked at earlier. B1. Rotate. They reckon.
Look at me, I'm flying! Oh, no, wait, maybe not.
Positive rate gear up.
Go with traffic, Air Canada 323, moving on to 26.
Let's go around the corner. Okay, that flight director lined up there. Let go. Autopilot 1 to command. Throttle lever climb. Oh, listen to the sound. Listen to the sound. How was the landing the first time? So there you go, you can see DeLorean down there just taking the runway. Should we come into flaps up speed? Yes we are, flaps up.
Go with traffic, Air Canada 323 is going for it, runway 26.
I like what you did there. You were busy making breakfast. The landing was, well, I oversold it on approach, so it was obviously going to be it was obviously going to be, yeah, terrible. So it was 150 feet a minute, which I think is still pretty good. You think you can't hear the airplane noise? Really? Any better? I don't know why that was so quiet. I am so sorry. It's super loud in my ears, let me tell you that. I'm shouting. Yeah, Chewie does. DeLorean came in, gave me a follow, and jumped on the flight. He's Air Canada taking off behind, which is a real pleasure. and a privilege. He's probably going to beat me because he's in the Neo. And I'm in my old jalopy. Alright, 3 transition set standard. Writing and editing some video. Thanks, man. Well, I appreciate you joining. I hope you enjoy it. Alright, Firebird, you asked a question. And, oh, sorry. You asked a question in the chat. Let me find it. Controls at smaller airports, and especially airports with flight schools, are they happier or less happy because of having a flight school? Is that what you're asking? I think every air traffic controller would rather there was not a flight school. I'm glad I work at an airport with no flying school. When I was in the Middle East, we had Dubai Airport had a flying school. We got rid of it halfway through my time there. Yeah, dude. Air traffic controllers, basically, our idea is to find the simplest, easiest, quickest solution to a problem. Get rid, get gone, get you on your way. I don't want to have 15 students in a circuit bumbling around with the phraseology, not quite doing what you expect them to do. It only takes one of them to do something silly, and then everybody else concertinas, right? So, Chewy Nuts, are you getting ready for a stream? Fantastic, guys! Go check out Chewy Nuts. Please, I implore you to go give him a follow. He's a wonderful streamer. Has become a really good friend on the old Twitch network. Highly entertaining streams. I'm probably a little bit more serious than he is, so if you want a little bit more light-hearted entertainment, then yeah, absolutely feel free to go check out Chewy Nuts. Fiber, dude, we've all been that warned before, right? Don't worry. It's not a slight on student pilots. Everybody's new. Everybody makes mistakes. Just when you're a controller, you want things to be under control, and things, especially with student pilots, can get out of control very, very quickly. They also hated it during the pandemic because a lot of the flight schools still operated, and then us at the busier airports basically had no traffic and nothing to do. Your home airport's case for Singapore Airways School, no tower? Holy moly, no. Dude, as part of my ATC training, way back in the early 2004 with Nats, Chewy moments are very common in student pilots. Brilliant. So yeah, I had we got to do 15 hours of flight training with Nats to get a pilot perspective. So we went and did circuit traffic. I did some cross country. I flew across the English Channel. DeLorean forgot to fuel. That's what happens when we forget the checklist. I'm saying nothing. I loaded 6.9 tons of fuel. FYI. So yeah, we ended up with super strong winds. So if you got too far downwind before you turned final, it would take you a long time to chuck back in your Cessna 150. And I remember the place we were staying, we actually beat the 150 in with the car from the hotel to the airport. That's how strong the headwind was. Ridiculous. But the problem is with student pilots, we were all orbiting at the midpoint of the downwind, orbiting at the end of the downwind leg, because VA was doing jet training on the other circuit. So there's a jet circuit to the right. We were on a left-hand circuit, and so you had to kind of time it for wake and everything else. And obviously, students don't take into account the wind. So if this guy takes into account the wind over here, but this guy doesn't, he just ends up drifting down towards you. So you all have to move at the same rate. So you end up over France almost, pretty much is what happened to us. During the pandemic, you're offered to go direct to Brampton from the island. They even got to do a low and over. Yeah, dude. We were so bored, man. We were so bored. Dude, we were doing low and over. The airport didn't like it, but we were offering low and overs and come spin around the tower and whatever. We went from like 1,500 a day down to less than 200 a day for a while. The airport authority, the Toronto airport, thought we were going to have Cessnas all crashed all over the airfield. That's why they didn't want to do it. And I'm like, come on. These guys are never going to get this opportunity once we're back up to staffing levels again. Plus, the airport doesn't own the airspace anyway, so we can do what the heck we wanted. Oh! Alright. Alright. We're going to do it this way. Alright. 2 minutes to vote on the poll. Z02H, do 911. Thanks for the first time chat. What do you mean do 911? I'm a little bit worried about what that means. Appreciate the first time chat though. Your autopilot won't turn on. What plane are you flying? Forget it. Okay. Oh, the TBM. I have no idea how to fly that airplane. Unit, it's not in my flow, man. It's just not in my flow. It's really annoying. Do you know what's even more annoying? So the correct answer, as most of you predicted, was that I didn't start the chrono on takeoff. And it's... Brush his teeth. I did brush my teeth. That bit I did do this morning. So what I used to do is push the chrono on pushback to run a clock. Your ice cream isn't in your flow either, I know. You usually do that. I've started using the elapsed time because Dino from Brizzy likes me to run the chrono on takeoff. Because I don't used to doing it, it's not part of my muscle memory, so I never do it. But now, there's no clock on my ND here. So I'm going to have to start it, and it's an irrelevant number, but I feel more comfortable with something being there, because I feel like I'm missing something. Okay. I need to learn how to turn these down. Crikey. Captain Custard with the hype. Hey dude, how you doing? Good morning to you. Good morning. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Let's give a morning, sunshine. By the way, the hype sounds really loud in my ears. If you saw me squinting, it's because my in-ears are not, I haven't adjusted the sound, so it's just doing their thing. Shout out to Captain Custard, another great streamer, another good friend in the community. Go check him out. He's on Discord and on Twitch. He does some variety stuff. He's going to work from home in his PJs. Alright. That sounds like a win. Well, welcome to India. We're flying from Goa to Chennai. From west to east. We came in from Hyderabad first thing this morning. This is the second flight of the day. I'm flying along with the ever popular DeLorean 2399. Jumped in the channel, jumped on an airplane, and he's trailing behind me here on VATSIM somewhere. Don't know how far behind me he is. He's back there somewhere. He took off behind me on VATSIM. So we got Ashley 78X ahead of me in his 340. We got DeLorean behind me. And we are tracking across India. You're as popular as the ugliest puppy in the shelter. They're usually super popular. They're usually the ones your heart melts for. You're like, oh. So yeah, I need some chat emotes. I need a chat emote for Chrono. I need a chat emote for Trim, so that you can all fire that in the chat when I'm not doing it. And welcome to something you will never see on the Boeing 737. The super slow Mach transition in the Airbus. And our rate of climb will just die as we get up here. Actually, what is my cruise speed today? Cost index was lousy, so 0.76 I'm gonna cruise at. But yeah, one thing Airbus is very well known for is it's not overpowered. Let's just say that much, it's not overpowered at all, in the slightest. Okay, maybe the Neo's overpowered then. How are you? It's no wonder I can't see you on the blooming thing. I'm at 25,000, slow bus. I know, man. I like it though, And I'll tell you why. A, we're heavy. Anyway, today. But I'm such a purist when it comes to flying. I won't take off on toga unless I really have to for runway length. I just won't do it. I'll put a flex temperature in. I love D-rated takeoffs. I love flying it how a pilot would fly it. Yes, that is fairly OCD. I get it. 56 to Gulam. 47. Oh man, you're right above me. Oh, there you are. That is super slow. Come on. Look at this jollof feed. Look at it. 900 feet a minute. It's just like, I'm trying. I'm sipping on the air. That's all I got. You're flying Air Canada in India. That was noted. That's okay. I assume, maybe I should already know this, but are you Canadian? Are you live in Canada? I can't remember. I am a Brit in Canada. For my sins. I missed another thing from Firebird. Hold on, what did he say? What did you say, Firebird? He was actually not ready for the low and over. You never really looked at the charts before you got cleared to a runway. This is the problem. Yeah. Oh, you're Merkin. You're a better person than you because you're Merkin? Or because I'm flying an accurate purist airline? My phone is playing silly buggers this morning. I have mild and harmless OCD as well. But no, I'm when it comes to aviation, I'm very purist. You'll find that some of the guys in the channel would love me to do barrel rolls and weird and funky stuff, and I just won't do it. I'm like Milhouse in The Simpsons when he's doing his radio control piloting. True skill is straight and level flight. That's me all over. So what do we got here? Oh wow, not crazy long time to go. "29 minutes until our topper drop." You don't do barrel rolls on VATSIM? No. Batman, take note. If you're on here, Batman, take note. Take heed. I'm only going up to 31,000, so I'll be stopping below you anyway. Hopefully. I think you're a fair few miles behind me anyway. Oh no. There you go. There's DeLorean 4,400 feet, 4,000 feet above me, though I don't trust the altitude readouts on this. I think he's at 33,000 feet, so it's about 3,000 feet above me. See, download knows Batman. Batman is synonymous with barrel rolls and other random acts of craziness. Alright, 500 feet to go. I missed the 1,000 foot ball. I thought there was a ping on here at 1,000 feet to go, but maybe I missed that. We have summoned him from the depths. It's not the Kraken. He will be here shortly. Get ready for the noises. Alright, I'm in the cruise. Where's my topper drop? Okay, we got a ways to go. We're good. Ashley, how far away are you, dude? If you're back in the room. Come on. No, no, no. This thing is perfectly happy. I did nearly stall one of these into St. Martin a couple months back when the auto throttle didn't maintain speed. Dropped too slow before I even noticed it. There you go, Firebird. Dude, these sounds are. I love it. It's entertaining. It's fun. But yeah, sometimes there's a few of them that really catch me out. So there's a few of the regular chats that know exactly what to do and when to do it. And I let them. If you look at the nomadic air miles as well, your little channel points, there are quite a few things that you can do if you save up the money. Not the money, save up your air miles, my apologies, by watching the stream. Those have been heavily utilized by the regulars. You're saving the miles for the glasses. Ah. It's not the glasses one I'm too worried about. It's the things that are, it's the ones that I've made fairly expensive. I don't know how quickly the mile points go up, but a lot of people have over 15,000 in my chat. So I'm literally just waiting. I'm just waiting for that moment to happen. We did a 400 follower giveaway. Captain Custard actually was in the chat. He gave away a Fenix 320 on my 400 follower special, which was fantastic. And suddenly people started redeeming things. Chewy nuts. Oh no, I'm just talking about the ability to spice it up. No one has spiced it up yet. But we had good fun. We had a lot of good fun. It certainly changes the spirit of the stream. Let's put it that way. Landing gear up is needed. Well, the landing gear up is okay because we have the gravity extension. So we could do the failure if the landing gear gets locked up, do a go around, and then we do the procedures to do a gravity drop. But yeah, stick around in the stream long enough and you get, that's too easy. That one's not too bad. That one isn't too bad. You just got to not over flare it because your gear doors, you don't have the hydraulic power to put the gear doors back up. So you have the gear doors down, you could catch straight those. So. That one's fairly easy. Stuff that we don't see a lot. Electrical failures, hydraulic failures. Stuff that's going to make me work hard. The engine failure before V1 on takeoff, the engine failure on takeoff, those kind of things are cool. A gear up landing. I would never need to do one of those. That isn't in there. That isn't in there because I highly doubt I will ever need to do one of those. First thing that's going to happen is I'm going to rip the engine pods off. And that would just be annoying. I don't even want to know, Chewy. I don't even want to know. I'll wait till you're on final. Hopefully you're streaming by then. You will have totally forgotten. You'll have missed it. Holy crap! Holy crap! Firebird 911, thank you for the cheer, man. Holding short. That hype scared the crap out of me. That hype actually scared the crap out of me.
Bank angle, bank angle, bank angle.
No, it's too loud. It's too loud. I need to turn these down. I got a cool emote for the bank angle on. Straight and level flight. Ooh, it looks like I'm being overtaken. Oh no, not quite. So as you can see, there is showing 3,000 feet above me, 3,300 feet, which is inaccurate. You're lurking in my blind spot. I know. I can see you back here, man. You're on my 6. You were hiding right underneath the airplane when I had the range dialed out. Ashley's back, getting some weather showing up on your nav display. I don't think we got so much weather to worry about for arrival. Don't think so. No. I don't have a working weather radar anyway. Okay. I can see weather out of the window, but it's not. It is less than menacing, let's put it that way. Alright, let's have a look at the arrival. Let's get all that sorted out. So, our arrival is via Guwahati, runway 07. From Opamo. So we start way out. Pretty much where Ashley is already. Are you at Aniro already? No, 07. Runway 07. Okay, so Guwahati, we need to be IRL, they're landing on 7. You can do what you want. 12 is a bit of a short runway. I'm going to be landing on that 7. So at Guwahati we need to be above 90, 250 knot max, which is fine. And then let's have a look what's in the flight plan here from Guwahati. Feiner, then Mike at 7. Above 7. Mike 513 is 210 knots above 4. And then vectors for the ILS. Okay, so Guwahati's above 9 at 250 knots. Feiner doesn't even have anything in there. Oh, Feiner didn't have anything, my apologies. Mike 503 is above 7. 513 is above 4. 210 knots, and then the final approach. Okay, I'm happy with that. Turn our attention to putting the weather in the box. QNH 1006. Temperature is 31. Toasty. 200. Hang on, why are we landing 07 if the wind's 200 to 8? Oh man. Okay, landing 25. We're flicking it, we're going the ILS on 25. Home from work. Good times, my friend, good times. Alright. Let's try this again. Same thing, just going the other way. Yes, it's... No, we're gonna have to... Right, let's reprogram that. Arrival. ILS 25. No. Guani via Nero. Okay, back on track. Let me post a link to a picture, Captain. Yeah, you can post a link to a picture. We're almost done, buddy. We've got another 27 minutes to arrival. I'm just setting up for the wrong runway, that's all. Nope. I'm supposed to be meeting up with a mate to do some Formula 1, F1 2021 racing. I don't know whether I'm going to stream that yet because I have never managed to get it to stream smoothly. Or whether I'm just going to play it. Haven't figured that out yet. Alright, back to the performance. Play on stream. Yeah, but how do I get it to play smoothly? It's always choppy. Anybody have any suggestions? I watch flight F1 streams not very often, but sometimes often. And okay, hydrating. Thanks, Captain Custard. Ugh. Alright, Truck, you're a mod. Figure that one out. 360 decision height. So 109.7, 360 feet decision height. Thank you, mate. Sorry, decision altitude. Altitude is based on barometric pressure. Height is based off the ground. That's your difference. Alright, let's go to the rad nav. 109.7, course 250. It says course 251, but I'll trust it. Order brakes low. DeLorean, I know you're a busy man, so if you're not following along, we are landing ILS runway 25 now because of the weather. Ooh. DeLorean has deviated off route. That plane had a nose gear stuck up landing and... Oh yes. Yes, that did not end well. It's very early in the morning where Unit is. I think he's crazy. Okay. DeLorean, you're descending already? Thanks for the lurk download, appreciate it, buddy. He broke the something. What do you mean he broke the something? He's been following you for a month and like 20 days, but sub for 2 months. Oh. You can buy subs in advance, that may have broken. I have literally no clue. You can buy 12 months in advance? Wow. Look at this scenery down here. It's crazy. So how does that tracker? How did that break your sub thing? By the way, I'm pretty sure I've given Tracker a shout out. If I haven't, I apologize. Go check out With Tracker. Another wonderful human being in the community. Great streamer. Funny as heck guy. Big ass reactions when he gets a raid. Doesn't take himself too seriously. Bless him. What's a sub scam? I don't know any of this stuff. I put my head in the sand and pretend everything's okay. They take your money? Jeez. Twitch takes all your money anyway. You gotta be pretty successful before you get anything out of Twitch, I think. Oh, where you forget to cancel the repeat. Twitch just renew it. Yeah. That's what you call the sub scam. It makes sense. Funny how unlucky Nomad is. How am I unlucky? Why am I unlucky? I feel very lucky. DeLorean, did you catch the runway change to 25? I'm just noticing you're descending. Oh, how I didn't get a gifted sub out of the 50. Yeah, I know. I know. It is what it is, right? I can't get that yet. Maybe I should just stop being cheap and stump up the money. Why are you shouting me out on my own channel? Weirdo. There we go. I noticed she's descending. I was like, uh-oh. Yeah, the winds change. I thought you would be. There's DeLorean there down off the wingtip. He does a lot of flexing. Oh man. I told my kids this morning about the Phasmophobia deal. And that I have to do it at some point. They were like, oh, no, you can't do that. Although my oldest one does want to watch me from the stream upstairs and giggle at me profusely when I utterly poo my pants. Flex is more than the weight. I hope you're talking about my flex temp takeoffs. Alright, let's have a look at the intercept. Is 1,800 feet, it says. We'll see. Need the definition again. You can put it in there if you'd like. As we all know, Nomad is not a young man anymore and does not understand the ways and whims of the young folk. Alright, 20 miles till top of the drop. I was young, yes. Flexing wasn't a thing when I was young. I need to get on the Urban Dictionary, I know. I should have had my porridge, guys. I should have my porridge. I'm feeling hungry now. You're 55 and you feel it, Grumpy? Your name says it all. Your name says it all, I'll be honest. Look at that ridge line there, that's cool. That's a sweet looking canyon. Where? You're really not grumpy? That's a shame. Alright. Top of this then. Because I am grumpy. I find the older I've got, the more grumpy I've got. I don't know why. I'm never grumpy on stream. You see the face I want you to see. No, I'm joking. You see, you can sense when I'm not all good. Predict 69. Zephyr's predicted. Oh no, Zephyr's predicted 59 last time. Yeah, I seem to be getting grumpier. I don't know. The older I get, the more disenfranchised with the world I become. Maybe it is a midlife crisis. I haven't figured that out yet. Predict 100 to predicting 100. All right. Basically, we got to get better than last time. Is what we're doing. Can you have a command for flexing? What? Okay, but what does it do? Do it! Can't you create a command? You're a mod. Oh, hang on. Uh-oh, what's DeLorean do? What? You can find me something for my midlife crisis, or? Yes, he did, yeah. Ooh, pointy mountains over there. What? What are you sending me? Oh, that's a funny YouTube video. Oh yes. Kino! Dude, how you doing? Oh my gosh. Oh, please everybody click on that YouTube video from DeLorean. That's funny right there. Kina, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're having a wonderful day. How's the head? How's the recovery? I think DeLorean's disappeared off on some distant track to get into the same airport as me. I don't know where he's gone. He flew the Phoenix for the first time this weekend. That was a doozy. So much still to learn. Yeah. That's a great airplane though, man. Oh. Loving it. I hope it's going away, buddy. I really do. For your sake. Ashley, have you landed yet? Downwind for 2-5. Okay, cool. Not too far behind you then. When's my birthday? January. Janvier. Hey Drobot, how you doing? 26 hours so far to download Steam Flights in 2020? Are you kidding me? How are you even going to play that with good internet? Alright, minute 106 on this video. Minute 106. You found it. Wow. Oh yeah. How do you... What? Alright. Hang on. Let me pause it. Let me... Oh, wow. Wow. I wonder if I can share that. Alright, how do I get that on the stream? Come on. Come on, Chrome. Properties. You guys are gonna watch this. Alright. From a minute 6, here we go. This is DeLorean's suggestion of what we're to do here. Where is it? Chrome. Look at this. This is just fantastic.
Now do it again. Here we go. Pony, come with me. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shake it up.
We're gonna shake it. Oh yeah, check her out. She's cool.
Come on, Pony. You got it. We're gonna shake up those calories.
We are. I'm burning.
Hi, Pony.
Oh, I can't do that as well. His legs don't even look normal.
And again,
I don't understand that.
all night.
Wow.
Dance with us, Egyptian. Side pony.
That's a little weird.
Shake it up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Other side. And
Oh yeah.
big monkey.
Big monkey.
Now come on. 1, 2, 3.
Oh. No man, just stopping eating doesn't help. You gotta party off the pounds. He just told us that. He just told us that very thing. Oh man, that's funny. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I got a problem here. See, I took my eye off my airplane. Absolutely stop eating to excess. You pay to see Nomad reenact that. You would pay to see... Dude, I'll do it. You've never... When I get going on a dance party, I let it all go. I let it all go. That was something else, man. That was something else. Thank you for introducing me to that, DeLorean. That was, highly entertaining. For Halloween, do it. Oh, man. Dressed as a pumpkin. Even better, right? Okay, I don't see DeLorean on my TCAS, which means we have some space to play with here. .4 out. Grease it, baby. Grease it. Woo. Yeah, you seem to be quite a ways back, man. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm looking at Valenta, so it's never really an accurate picture. Okay, I've got Ashley there on the final. I can see him on TCAS. Oh, here is the city of Chennai. There's the airport down there. All right. Not worried about the landing yet. I will be in a minute. Humans have more brains than pigs. So why do we see so many pig-sized people? Wow. Downtown Chennai. Ooh, boats. Look at that, that's cool. Didn't realize it would have the harbor, the port modeled in there. That's pretty cool. A couple of boats hanging around in the port there. That's actually very cool. Off the runway, it's clear. Perfect. Thank you so much, dude. Alright, what was there? Gianna Michael 666, thank you so much for the follow. How are you doing? I need to remember what the altimeter was. Dropo would say mean things about you. Oh, so meter doesn't work. Metar. I've been doing ATC for 18 years, sorry, and I don't know metar or metar. Depends where you're from, I guess. 1006. Set and cross-checked. Think of the poor firefighters who would have to pull their deceased bodies from there. Whew. Alright, we're at green dot speed, activated the approach phase. Yeah, Drobot, that may be true, but there is... Oh, I have lots of boats. Gadget would be proud. Gadget would be so proud. Look at all my boats. I have lots of boats. The thing is, Drobot, you know, holy cow. Look at all these boats, man. They're everywhere. Like a gazillion. What I was trying to say when I was distracted by, like, literally an armada of boats is that there are many differing reasons as to why people overeat or why people are overweight. And sometimes it isn't, you know, it's not just as easy as stopping eating, unfortunately, for some people. So, dude, that's amazing, right? Look at all the boats. That's the first time I've seen a gazillion boats ever on my sim. But yeah, I had the flightsim.to, the Geist, G-A-I-S-T. G-A-I-S-T. So the Geist, there's a Geist down there. Wow, I like the boats. Alright, sorry, I'm more impressed with the boats. Nomad likes boats. If you follow the channel, you'll know that Nomad likes to see boats. This is the sort of thing I want to see on approaching to Singapore. Alright, Drobot, let's cut it out now, dude. It's not necessary, buddy. This is the wrong place for it, mate. If you want to do that, go somewhere else. Alright, flaps 1. Chennai traffic, Red Knight 1982 is on a 7.5 mile final for runway 25.
2,500.
the boats made my flight, honestly. So that Geist freeware that does the G-A-I-S-T, I don't know how you pronounce it. Definitely. Definitely does it for me. Yeah, dude, that one. That's the freeware download that I have, and it does the it does all the kind of AI boat traffic. So they're all moving as well, apparently. That's the one. That's the one. Oh, it's well worth it. Alright, I can't see the runaway. Oh, it's kind of bumpy down here on the approach. Oh, I'm gonna have to tell Gadget to go watch the. I'll clip it for Gadget. Gadget will be so proud of me that I got boats to work. Ooh, nearly knocked my A380 over here. That's a bad idea. All right, flaps full. Ecam memo. No blue. Runway's just coming into sight. Autopilot off. Ah, Chewy. All right. Red Dot 1982, going around runway 25, Chennai traffic. Go around, flaps 2. Positive rate, gear up. Redeem the squirrel. I totally forgot about that. I get to see the boats again though. Autopilot to command. Thank brother. Lap 1. Oh, no autopilot for 5 minutes as well. Alright, autopilot's out. Flaps up. Flippin' heck. Oh, I'm hand flying, baby. Now I really need to know where, yeah, basically, yeah. I need to make sure I know where DeLorean is. Looping around? Are you on final? Are you okay? Okay. Ooh, altitude warning. Pay attention. Thanks for that, guys. Squirrel on the runway. Ocean is empty. Ah. Now you have to save up again. Yeah, you have to save up more points. Your ocean is empty. It's about a it's a decent download size. I think it's a couple of gig. Oh, there we go, back on the downwind again. There you go, 1.6 gig. Well worth it. 1,000 feet to go, down to 3,000 feet. Gets bumpy down here though. Okay, there we go. I got DeLorean now. I can see DeLorean. There we go. Iceman 333, hey, how you doing? You just missed a go-around caused by chat.
Chennai traffic, Air Canada 323, about 12 miles out from 25, turning final.
Tazid Hum, hey, how you doing? Thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Hope you were in here for the go-around. Bussy works as well though, man. I'm flying the Airbus, so I am Bussy. This is my thing. Wait till you get to see all my boats over the water. So many boats. Hashtag go around life. Yeah, man. I'm only too happy to comply. Tracker, I can't. My hands are full because somebody made me hand fly this whole thing. So can you put a shout out for Iceman in the chat box, please? If you guys haven't seen Iceman, he's doing a round the world tour in a helicopter. I think it's in the H145, if I'm not mistaken. Also does some other variety. I watched him doing American Truck Simulator yesterday. Hopefully the shout out works. I went around. I don't think DeLorean went around. No, he's still on final. Alright, okay. I wanted to get down to 2,000 feet so I could have a look at all these boats out on the water. Look at that, man. How come the shout out didn't work? That's weird. Oh, busted my altitude. Busted my altitude looking at the boats. You only go around if you need to or ATC says so. I only go around if I have to, if ATC says so, I have to, or chat says so. Thanks for the lurk, dude. No, you just drop it. You download the file, you drop it in your community folder, like anything else, and it just runs in the background. It just does its thing.
Chennai traffic, Air Canada 323, 5 miles out from 25.
There we go. Wow, that was the longest shout out ever. Oh yeah, it's dead easy. Alright. And on the approach to the flight directors are telling me what to do. Chennai traffic, red night 1982 is 13-mile final for runway 25, Chennai. Oh, you did that manually? Weird. I might have broken it. Also overshot the localizer just a wee bit, that one. Oh man, am I going to be S-turning all the way down? Come on! No man, get it together. I want to look at the boats! So cool. Okay, there we go. Under control. It's all under control. Okay, gear down, flaps 2. Woo! Glide slope's not in yet, don't want to do that. Okay, down we go. It's windy below 2,000 feet. Coming up on 5-mile final, fully configured.
Chennai traffic, Air Canada, 323 clear to 25.
Chennai traffic, red 9 1982, 5-mile final, 25 Chennai. Making sure nobody redeems anything else here. Do it again. Oh, you missed DeLorean's landing. Terrible. How dare you? No, there's no squirrels. Nope. Still don't have the... Oh yeah, runway's coming inside now. Runway inside.
1,000.
In the Merc. Alright. Pretty windy, man. Is it just me or was it windy for everybody else?
500.
Getting high.
100 above. Minimum.
Landing. Well, it's a pretty consistent day because it's a 156 and a 157. Manual braking. Too late for the go around. Too late for the go around. Chennai traffic, red 9. 1982 is clear, runway 25. Taxi to the right. Okay. Boom. No sub 100s today, no. Fortunately not. Ashley's tail is sticking out a long way there. I hate that you show up as an ugly Asobo plane as well. I hate that I can't park. My model matching's fine! Usually. Shows DeLorean in an Air Canada Airbus, which is what he's in. Doesn't have the Thai 340s for some reason. Alright, APU bleed is on. We are good. Let's shut down engines 1 and 2. Beacon can come off. Seatbelts can come off. And we will deboard the airplane. Uh-oh. Null zones, that's fine. Gate to gate, 1 hour 47. That'll do nicely. External power's connected. Let's get rid of the APU. Turn off the fuel pumps. Can get rid of the ideas as well. Oh, I have my clutch bleed open the whole time. That ain't no good. What aircraft type have you put in there, dude? 340 watt. Well, that's really annoying because Lufthansa have a 346. Yeah, I don't know why that model matching isn't working, but that's annoying. A DLH 346? Really annoying. So Volanta reckons I touched down at 97 feet on it, so... I'll take Volanta's view. Dot aircraft, I've never done that before. Oh. Come back! Where are you, Ashley? Come back. Right, why? interesting. What's my thing set at? Model matching set to? Oh no. Should be the British Av Geeks AIG VATSIM. I don't know why that doesn't work. That's annoying. Anyway, we made it safe and sound. Another happy flight. Thank you very much for I might need to go re-download the big file for the model matching. Oh, it's disappointing. Oh well. But I had boats. I had boats. I had boats. I'll take the boats. Today, anyway. Can we rate Dutch P3D pilot? Anybody any objections to rating Dutch 3D pilot? I'm going to be playing Formula 1 shortly. I won't stream it. I'll put it on the Discord and stream it away on the Discord if anybody wants to jump in the Discord. Why are we rating Dutch 3D pilot? You know what? We're gonna have a poll. We're gonna have a poll rate to do this very quickly. Nomad. The Red Bull guy? Alright, we're gonna poll going. The Formula 1 Red Bull Verstappen. Feel free to vote in the raid. The raid voting. I don't mind where we go. We might as well give everybody in chat the opportunity to have a say. I'm not gonna vote. It's all on you guys. Entirely up to you. But while we wait and do that, I just want to say a huge thank you. Huge thank you to Nathan with the raid earlier on, Tracker with your bits, DeLorean2399, thank you so much for the follow and the sub, and the gifted sub, Ashley for the resub, Grumpy Gordo for the sub, Firebird for the bits, Gianna Michaels for the follow, and Tazid Hump for the follow. I appreciate every single one of you guys. It's been wonderful, wonderful day. I've enjoyed flying very much. Thank you for joining me, DeLorean, as well on the flight. I really appreciate that. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. It's not even Thursday yet. Well, for those in Australia, your Thursday. For the rest of us, your Wednesday. And yeah, we will. In fact, let's just quickly, while we finish this, do shout out to all the great people in the stream today who I recommend we all go and look for. Sorry, Ashley, for showing us an ugly. So, well, go check out DeLorean2399. Go check out Whip Tracker. Go check out Chewy Nuts. I don't think my shout out's working. I broke it. I broke it. I did break it. Broke it! Let me see if this fixes it. Alright, let's try it again. DeLorean2399. There we go, it's working. check out all these awesome guys, please. For whatever reason, tracker didn't go in there. Alright, we're gonna go to Dutch 3D pilot. And if I can get my rate to work, Dutch P3D pilot, is that it? Dutch P3D pilot. Alright, let's do that. Alrighty. Once again, thanks everybody. Bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever you're doing. Be safe, have fun. And we'll catch you on the next one. Alright, take care. Bye now.